China is currently the world's largest consumer of pork, but beef consumption in this country is also increasing. With consumption reaching 10 million tons in recent years, the beef industry has become an important part of the livestock and meat production industry in China. So, do you know what the beef processing industry in China is like? Let's explore with us right now. In recent years, China has ranked third in the world in beef production. With the rapid development of China's economy, beef consumption has increased rapidly, with per capita consumption of about 6 to 7 kilograms per year, and this figure is also increasing, especially in urban areas. Due to high demand, the beef farming and processing industry in China has grown rapidly. In China, cattle are raised in many different areas, the most famous being Inner Mongolia, Shandong, and Xinjiang. These areas have suitable environments and climates for raising large herds of cattle. The cattle breeds commonly raised are indigenous breeds or high-yielding crossbreds. Cattle are raised in a variety of ways, but Chinese farmers mainly provide organic feed such as grain and hay grown on the farm. Beef cattle are cared for about 12 months, and when they meet slaughter standards, they are transported to processing facilities. The transportation of cattle must also be done in a way that does not cause stress to the animals. Specialized transport vehicles are designed to create a comfortable environment for the cattle, so that they do not feel afraid during the transportation process. Before entering the processing plant, cows must undergo a strict health check. Only cows that meet the standards are brought to the slaughterhouse so as not to affect the quality of the meat. Most processing areas apply humane slaughter methods that cause no pain and little stress to the animals. In particular, large-scale beef processing plants must ensure food safety and quality. Beef processing plants in China slaughter about 50 million head of cattle each year. Production meets 90% of domestic consumption, as beef ranks third on the Chinese meat menu, with 10 million tons consumed by 2023. Processing plants in China slaughter cattle using humane methods, modern production lines with standard machinery. Cattle brought into meat processing plants need to be kept in a comfortable state to minimize stress before being brought to the slaughterhouse. In any processing plant, cowhide is carefully peeled because it is a valuable material in the fashion industry. It is possible to use machines or use human labor to peel the skin, but it is necessary to be very careful not to tear the cowhide. If torn, it will reduce its value. After slaughtering and removing the skin, each cow carcass undergoes the process of removing the organs, cleaning and preparing the meat immediately after that, then put in the meat cooler to help preserve the meat for a longer time. Then comes the process of cutting and classifying the meat. 6. All equipment used for the preparation process must be as hygienic as possible. Special machinery, equipment and tools are made from stainless steel and galvanized steel. These materials do not oxidize, allowing the metal to come into contact with food products and be used for a long time, easily cleaned. Meat processing and preparation at Chinese processing plants is mainly done by manual labor. Workers stand in rows and use sharp knives to cut meat into small pieces for easy packaging. Meat processing in factories in China is mainly done by human labor. Each worker can process hundreds of kilograms of beef per day. Some processing facilities supply fresh beef to traders who sell it in markets or densely populated areas. Because a part of the Chinese population tends to consume fresh meat sold in markets. You can see fresh beef shops everywhere in China. The vendors are very experienced in handling pork, and consumers can freely choose the meat they want to buy to prepare dishes. Instead of buying chilled beef at the supermarket, Chinese people, especially the older generation, prefer to buy fresh products available at the markets. A vendor can sell several hundred kilograms of fresh beef a day, from which we can see how much meat the Chinese people consume. Beef has become an increasingly important food in the Chinese economy and people's lives. Although pork remains the most popular meat in the country, demand for beef is rising sharply due to changes in eating habits, higher living standards and health concerns.
Every year, billions of rabbits are raised on farms around the world for meat and fur. Due to high demand, rabbits are transported in large numbers from farm to farm or from breeding to processing plants every day. So do you know how people can transport millions of rabbits easily and quickly? In today's video, let's explore with us. Airplanes are the fastest means of transport in the world, so they are one of the most popular means of transport for pets. Due to their small size and ability to move quickly, rabbits are placed in plastic boxes or iron cages before boarding the plane to ensure safety during transportation. Rabbit boxes must comply with regulations and must have enough oxygen and maintain a stable temperature during transportation. Normally, transporting live animals by plane requires very strict regulations. A health certificate from a veterinary facility and a vaccination certificate are required. Therefore, if you want to transport pets or any animal, you should prepare the necessary procedures. Rabbits are also transported by truck or car to long-distance areas. However, transporters need to follow certain rules when transporting pets to ensure their health and safety. If transporting when moving from one area to another, rabbits that meet health or vaccination requirements can be transported, because the process of transporting livestock is also one of the causes of spreading diseases. For commercial rabbit farms, transportation is mainly done by specialized trucks. Thousands of rabbits harvested from the farm will be transported to the processing plant in large livestock transport trucks. Each plastic cage can hold about 5 rabbits, then each cage is stacked on the truck to save space. The way to transport rabbits is also quite similar to other poultry. Moreover, the transport trucks are specially designed to help the animals be most comfortable and reduce stress. At the processing plant, each rabbit is unloaded from the truck and begins a processing line. Here the world's largest meat processing plant will be built with a large capacity. In fact, the lines will be designed tightly and according to processing requirements. In particular, they are manufactured according to the standard's current hygiene regulations and compliance with the Animal Welfare Act. The rabbits are slaughtered in a humane and painless manner that does not affect the quality of the meat. Just like other slaughtered animals, all rabbits are then put on a hanging rack and turn the body over. During this stage, the rabbits will be skinned, then they will be washed several times and the organs removed. After removing the internal organs, the rabbit's body is slowly and carefully cut into many small parts. And finally, it is packaged and stored at cold temperatures to deliver to consumers. It's really not difficult to slaughter and process rabbits, right? The most expensive part is probably the rabbit's thigh bone, so this part is sold on the market at a fairly high price. In addition, other parts of the rabbit such as ribs, rabbit ears, lean meat, and fatty meat from rabbits are also products used to make many delicious and high-class dishes. Some typical dishes from rabbits are stir-fried rabbit meat, steamed rabbit meat with lemon leaves, salt-roasted rabbit meat, and many more. A rabbit leg can provide 30% of the daily omega-3 requirement, 3 times higher than other meats, and has almost no cholesterol. Therefore, rabbit meat will be an effective solution to prevent cardiovascular diseases. In addition, the abundant vitamin B groups, B1, B2, B6, B12, in it will protect the nervous system and help muscles develop well, beneficial for the cell regeneration process. Did you know? Rabbit fur is also the main raw material to create valuable products such as shoes, clothes, fur hats, etc. This is considered a rare and high-end item on the market. Once the processing machine has enough rabbit fur, they will sell it to large fashion factories or people who love handmade clothing. The products from these little rabbits are amazing. Right? So how do farms raise rabbits to produce millions of tons of rabbit meat and fur? On rabbit farms, instead of raising them outdoors or in greenhouses, they choose to raise them in cages. Raising rabbits in cages does not allow for their natural behaviors such as digging, hiding and searching for food. However, rabbit farmers will provide everything they need here and do not affect their health. During the development process, rabbits are carefully cared for. They will be fed food such as hay or nutritious pellets so that the rabbits can grow quickly. Besides, they will also provide water for the rabbits every day using an automatic system. Rabbits are fast-growing animals with good reproductive ability. They reach slaughter weight after about 3 to 3.5 months. Each year, A female rabbit gives birth to 6 to 7 litters and produces 90 to 140 kilograms of rabbit meat per year, so rabbit farmers often gain high profits and expand their farms quickly.
Hello everyone watching David Farming Channel. Over thousands of years of history, the dragon has become an important cultural symbol for some Asian countries, typically China. However, today, Chinese people have created a unique dish called dragon tongue sashimi. Is this dish made from the dragon's tongue? Today, let's explore with us how Chinese farmers raise thousands of special dragons. In Chinese mythology, crocodiles are considered descendants of dragons, so many Chinese people still consider them dragons to this day. However, crocodiles are not considered religious because they are fierce predators. Today, millions of crocodiles are raised on farms in China, playing an important role in the economic development of local communities. In China, crocodile farms are very large, holding hundreds to thousands of animals. These farms are often built in tropical or subtropical climates, especially in Guangdong, Fujian, and Hainan provinces. The most commonly farmed crocodile is the Yangtze crocodile, which is also native to China, with many farms importing and breeding Siamese crocodiles. Crocodile farms are often designed to mimic the crocodile's natural habitat, with ponds and large sandy areas for the crocodiles to bask and roam. This helps ensure their natural growth and ability to reproduce. Enclosure areas are often segregated by age and size to ensure that alligators do not compete for food or eat each other. Crocodiles are carnivores, so they are usually fed fresh meat, mainly chicken, fish, and sometimes pork. Unlike other livestock, crocodiles do not need to be fed regularly, only 2 to 3 times a week. Moreover, the amount of food is also strictly managed to ensure that crocodiles grow at a stable rate without wasting food. Chinese farmers also pay great attention to the health of crocodiles. Cleaning cages and ponds is also done regularly to prevent bacteria from growing. Because farmed crocodiles are often susceptible to skin diseases, regular cleaning of cages also ensures the crocodiles are healthy. To increase the number of farmed crocodiles, Chinese farmers carry out the incubation process to produce quality offspring. The incubation process of crocodile eggs is carried out in professional incubators with strictly controlled temperature and humidity. The incubation period for crocodile eggs can last from 60 to 80 days, depending on the species of crocodile. Newly hatched crocodiles usually reach a size of about 19 to 21 centimeters, and they can move quickly right after hatching. At this time, the baby crocodiles are carefully cared for before being released into concentrated breeding tanks or sold for breeding. Large-scale crocodile farms in China can harvest thousands of dollars after each sale of breeding crocodiles. Crocodile farming in China has grown rapidly in recent years, providing a steady income for local farming communities and jobs for thousands of workers in crocodile leather processing factories. Yes, crocodile skin is considered the most valuable part and is commonly used in the fashion industry to produce high-end handbags, belts, and shoes. Each product made from crocodile skin is worth from hundreds to thousands of dollars. There are even some of the world's most famous crocodile skin handbags that cost up to $450,000. Not only harvested for its skin, crocodile meat is also becoming increasingly popular in Chinese cuisine, where it is considered a nutritious delicacy with high protein content and low fat. While the meat parts are prepared by methods such as stir-frying and grilling, crocodile tongue is processed into a unique sashimi dish, often referred to by locals as dragon tongue sashimi. Many people may be scared of this dish, but it is very popular with some Chinese people. The preparation method is very simple. Just clean the crocodile tongue and cut it into bite-sized pieces. This dragon tongue sashimi is enjoyed like many other sashimi dishes. In China, crocodiles are also used in traditional medicine to make medicines that are believed to cure lung-related diseases, relieve pain, and boost the immune system. Many people also often make crocodile meat is processed with some medicinal herbs to improve health. Overall, crocodile farming is a large-scale industry, with farming and processing processes tightly controlled to maximize profits. It plays an important role in the development of the local economy, and help farmers stabilize their lives.
How do you feel about this video? Leave a comment below to let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe to receive the latest notifications. Hello all dear viewers of David Farm. Every year in winter, we are bustling to welcome the cozy Christmas day with our family. You can see green pine trees everywhere you go. From shops, streets to every family, they prepare a pine tree to welcome the wonderful Christmas. Therefore, before Christmas, there will be millions of pine trees prepared to be brought to the market for consumption. Now, let's explore with us how farmers harvest and process millions of Christmas trees. Although Christmas trees are consumed for only one holiday a year, they have formed an industry when the value of the global Christmas tree industry is estimated at more than $7 billion. The United States is the leading country in this industry. According to statistics, there are about 350 million Christmas trees grown on more than 15,000 farms across the United States. This industry also employs more than 100,000 workers. Every year, about 25 to 30 million trees are sold in the United States, bringing huge revenue to farmers and distribution facilities. The states that produce the most Christmas trees are Oregon, North Carolina, Michigan, and Washington. These trees are typically grown for 6 to 10 years, sometimes more than 10 years, to produce high-quality trees. Christmas tree production usually starts with sowing seeds in greenhouses. It takes 2 to 3 years for the seedlings to grow to the required height of 30 to 40 centimeters. Then each seedling will be moved to the fields and planted. This process can be done by machines because the farm area can be up to hundreds of acres, so planting by hand is very time-consuming and laborious. American farmers typically plant Christmas trees in the spring with an average of 1,000 seedlings planted per acre, spaced evenly to allow for canopy growth. After planting, pine tree care is also important as the trees need to be pruned annually as new growth develops, with the aim of achieving the most symmetrical cone shape possible. Pruning is typically done throughout the summer to ensure strong growth and a healthy appearance. Each tree can be tagged to classify by shape, allowing farmers to better manage their pine orchards. In addition, pine trees often encounter pests or slow growth due to weather and climate conditions, so farmers need to take timely preventative measures to avoid damage. In recent years, several farms in the United States have experimented with using drones to manage pine orchards to count trees and measure their height and density. Such technologies can also help diagnose and address problems with disease, fertilization, or soil compaction. Christmas trees take many years to grow to maturity and are ready for harvest, and harvesting is usually done in late November to provide fresh trees for the holiday season. To harvest pine trees quickly, farmers often use chainsaws. while larger farms often use mechanical cutters to increase efficiency. The harvested pine trees are passed through a baler, which wraps the trees neatly bundled with netting or rope. This process helps protect the branches during transport and makes them easier to handle. The baled trees are loaded onto trucks for transport to distribution areas. In a short time, millions of Christmas trees will be sold across the United States. Some farms also offer tree cutting services, which means families can walk around the farm and pick out their favorite trees and harvest them to take home. This service is becoming more popular in the US as consumers have more choice, and it also helps family members bond over choosing a Christmas tree together. After harvesting, Christmas tree farms often leave behind unsold or substandard trees that are chopped into mulch used to prevent erosion or reused as wildlife habitat. After cleaning up the farm, farmers plant seedlings in the spring to continue the cycle. Christmas tree farming is not only profitable for farmers, but it also contributes significantly to the ecosystem. The trees absorb carbon dioxide, helping to combat climate change and creating a cleaner, more sustainable environment. They also reduce soil erosion, especially when planted on hillsides. The Christmas tree industry creates thousands of jobs in the growing, caring, harvesting, and distribution of trees. For parts of Europe and America, Christmas trees have become a spiritual tradition for every citizen. Have you ever heard the saying, "A leaf makes a nation rich"? Yes, that saying is a metaphor for the tea leaf industry in China, and indeed, thanks to this industry, millions of farmers have escaped poverty and become richer. It can be said that Chinese tea is the world leader and is an important starting point for poverty alleviation in this country. So, how did Chinese farmers develop the world's leading tea industry? Let's explore it now. Tea has been a traditional drink in China for thousands of years, and even when Western culture and coffee were introduced to the country, tea leaves could not be replaced. To this day, tea leaves are still popular in every Chinese family. Therefore, the tea leaf industry is very developed in this country of billions of people. China has long been the world's largest producer and consumer of tea, including tea growing area, output, and export volume. Tea is grown in many regions in China, but is most concentrated in provinces such as Yunnan, Anhui, Fujian, Guangdong. A report by the China Tea Circulation Association shows that every year, this country produces nearly 2.5 million tons of dry tea with total domestic revenue of nearly 340 billion yuan, equivalent to about 46 billion US dollars. So, how effectively do Chinese farmers apply the process of growing and harvesting tons of tea? Depending on the natural conditions of the area, such as soil condition, climate, and temperature, to choose the right tea variety to grow and develop well. In some provinces with large tea growing scale, they have applied mechanical machines to perform tasks such as tea planting, weeding, pruning, irrigation, pest control, and harvesting. There are many methods of growing tea, but currently, growing from seeds is the most popular method. The seeds are grown in nurseries to train high-quality seedlings. When they reach a certain size, the tea seedlings are planted on large-scale farms. This process can be done manually or by machine. However, growing tea by mechanical machines is more commonly applied. The application of mechanical equipment helps increase productivity, increase output, and reduce human labor, especially on farms cultivating hundreds of hectares of tea trees. The application of these machines creates productivity hundreds of times faster than manual labor. The process of caring for tea trees is also focused on, especially pruning and soil preparation. Agricultural researchers have also produced robots that help prune each tea tree precisely. Each day, this machine can handle hundreds of hectares of tea farms, significantly reducing labor costs. Tea is a perennial plant. It can grow, develop, and harvest for up to 40 years. So farmers only need to plant tea once to be able to harvest for many years to come. Tea picking in mountain tea gardens is mainly done by hand. However, in more developed mountainous areas or large-scale tea-growing plains, hand-picking tea leaves is very costly in terms of labor and time. So tea leaf picking machines have been adopted by Chinese farmers. With this machine, harvesting hundreds of hectares of tea has become simpler than ever. Every day, hundreds of kilograms of fresh tea leaves can be harvested and provided as raw materials for tea factories. Because the tea industry is so important to the country's economy, tea factories or tea processing facilities in China are built in many areas, especially tea processing facilities very close to tea farms. China has the largest variety of tea in the world, which can be classified from light to dark depending on the degree of fermentation, known as green tea, yellow tea, or black tea. Green tea is the most processed tea in China. After being picked, the tea leaves are greened by pan frying and steaming. The delicate and high-quality green tea comes in many different shapes, formed using different shaping methods during the production process. In general, tea leaves are produced from manual facilities to modern tea processing facilities to produce large quantities of tea every year, not only for domestic consumption, but also for export. Every year, China exports a large amount of tea to other countries such as Japan, Europe, and the United States, especially high-quality teas that cost up to thousands of US dollars per kilogram. This further demonstrates the value of the Chinese tea industry in the international market. If you travel to China, you can easily buy dried tea leaves in any store or shopping mall. China has the largest area of bamboo forests in the world. This tree is closely associated with the history of this country. But have you ever wondered what these towering bamboos do besides swaying in the wind all day? Oh no, they are more useful than you think. That's why the bamboo industry has helped many Chinese farmers get rich. And how they do it, let's find out in this video. Nowhere in the world is there as much bamboo as in China. With an area of up to 7.01 million hectares of bamboo forests, China is the country with the richest bamboo resources in the world. Spread across the entire territory, there are 857 species of bamboo in 39 genera, accounting for 52% of the total bamboo species worldwide. And if you are looking for a place to enjoy the peace and quiet of rustling bamboo forests, this is a great suggestion. The bamboo industry not only contributes to the Chinese economy, but also changes the lives of millions of farmers. With the exploitation of millions of bamboo trees each year, these products not only serve the domestic market, but are also popular around the world. By participating in bamboo exploitation and processing, Chinese farmers have had a stable income and a better life. China is the world's largest producer and trader of bamboo products. In 2020, the bamboo industry helped the Chinese economy pocket nearly $45 billion. The bamboo industry not only contributes to the Chinese economy, but also changes the lives of millions of farmers. With the exploitation of millions of bamboo trees each year, these products not only serve the domestic market, but are also popular around the world. By participating in bamboo exploitation and processing, Chinese farmers have had a stable income and a better life. China is the world's largest producer and trader of bamboo products. In 2020, the bamboo industry helped the Chinese economy pocket nearly $45 billion. You may not know, but after only 3 to 5 years of planting, farmers can harvest bamboo instead of having to wait 10 to 30 years like other woody plants. With its miraculous growth rate, a bamboo tree only takes about 2 months to transform from a bamboo shoot into a mature bamboo tree. They just need to grow tall, catch the wind, and together form a large forest. These bamboo trees also have a higher yield than any other woody plant. With sustainable harvesting methods, farmers will only harvest mature bamboo plants, not harming the growth of the remaining plants. This ensures that bamboo can continue to regenerate quickly and maintain a stable ecosystem. After harvesting, bamboo will be transported to processing plants or exported. You may not know, but after only 3 to 5 years of planting, farmers can harvest bamboo instead of having to wait 10 to 30 years like other woody plants. With its miraculous growth rate, a bamboo tree only takes about 2 months to transform from a bamboo shoot into a mature bamboo tree. They just need to grow tall, catch the wind, and together form a large forest. These bamboo trees also have a higher yield than any other woody plant. With sustainable harvesting methods, farmers will only harvest mature bamboo plants, not harming the growth of the remaining plants. This ensures that bamboo can continue to regenerate quickly and maintain a stable ecosystem. After harvesting, bamboo will be transported to processing plants or exported. Bamboo has many outstanding advantages, in which its light, durable, and easy-to-process properties have made it an ideal material for many industries. Through the skillful hands of craftsmen, bamboo can be processed into thousands of different products, from construction materials, furniture, to daily consumer products. You can find products such as bamboo flooring, bamboo chairs, bamboo plywood, or even food containers made from bamboo, all of which are processed from renewable, environmentally friendly resources. In recent years, bamboo has become the perfect alternative to plastic and traditional materials. Thanks to its natural biodegradability and durability, bamboo products are increasingly popular. Bamboo straws, bamboo utensils, bamboo cutting boards, and bamboo food containers are gradually replacing plastic products in daily life, helping to reduce environmental pollution. China is currently one of the leading countries in developing and exporting these products. With about 8 million tons of plastic produced each year in China alone, switching to bamboo products is an important strategy to reduce plastic waste. Studies show that bamboo straws can reduce annual plastic use by 70% in China alone. Bamboo is not only used in consumer goods, but also in construction. Bamboo boards, thanks to their flexibility and high durability, have been used in many projects, from housing to infrastructure projects. In particular, bamboo boards are also used to partially replace concrete and steel, helping to reduce costs and protect the environment. A typical example is the construction of bamboo bridges and bamboo floors in major cities in China. Bamboo has 3 times the load-bearing capacity of pine wood, making construction sustainable and cost-effective. According to research by construction experts, bamboo can replace up to 50% of concrete used in modern construction, helping to reduce pollution and protect the environment. Bamboo is not only used in consumer goods, but also in construction. Bamboo boards, thanks to their flexibility and high durability, have been used in many projects, from housing to infrastructure projects. In particular, bamboo boards are also used to partially replace concrete and steel, helping to reduce costs and protect the environment. A typical example is the construction of bamboo bridges and bamboo floors in major cities in China. Bamboo has 3 times the load-bearing capacity of pine wood, making construction sustainable and cost-effective. According to research by construction experts, bamboo can replace up to 50% of concrete used in modern construction, helping to reduce pollution and protect the environment. Bamboo forests not only provide raw materials for millions of products, but also play an extremely important role in protecting the environment. Bamboo grows very fast, can absorb large amounts of carbon, clean the air, and keep the soil from eroding. Bamboo has the ability to absorb 1.33 times more carbon than tropical rainforests. 1 hectare of bamboo forest can absorb up to 5.09 tons of carbon per year. China is a pioneer in the conservation and sustainable development of bamboo forests. New bamboo planting projects are being implemented not only to restore degraded land, but also to maintain and develop this valuable resource in the future. Large companies have also adopted sustainable bamboo farming methods to ensure that this resource is never exhausted. With the continuous development of science and technology, the future of China's bamboo industry is expanding into new areas, from bioenergy to biomaterials. It will be a green industry promising to make great contributions to global sustainable development.
Providing tons of meat in a critical situation. These giant white geese with silky feathers are not just kept as pets. They are a major source of meat, contributing significantly to the growing livestock industry in South Korea. Foie gras and roast goose, once a luxury item, have become an important food reserve. So how do these farmers work, and why is this livestock industry so important? Find out in today's video. Geese are always considered noisy, especially during the breeding season. Statistics in 2021 showed that the world's goose production reached more than 4 million tons, and with China accounted for 98.76%. However, few people know that South Korea has also large-scale goose farms, providing tons of meat every year. Although not as large as China, South Korea also owns many goose farms with significant output. With its large size and delicious taste, goose meat has become a popular choice for consumers. In the context of tensions between South Korea and North Korea, goose meat can become an important food reserve. It is undeniable that the goose farming industry is bringing positive values to this country. Geese are always considered noisy, especially during the breeding season. Statistics in 2021 showed that the world's goose production reached more than 4 million tons, and with China accounted for 98.76%. However, few people know that South Korea has also large-scale goose farms, providing tons of meat every year. Although not as large as China, South Korea also owns many goose farms with significant output. With its large size and delicious taste, goose meat has become a popular choice for consumers. In the context of tensions between South Korea and North Korea, goose meat can become an important food reserve. It is undeniable that the goose farming industry is bringing positive values to this country. Usually, goose farms will be built next to ponds and lakes to ensure the most suitable living environments. Goose farms are not too complicated. Farmers only need to build a net system around the farming area. In addition, it is possible to build a roof for the geese so they have shelter when it rains, is sunny, or when breeding. Although the species of goose has a rather aggressive personality, they have the habit of following their owners. This is very special, isn't it? In some places, geese are also raised as pets to guard houses. Geese can live up to 50 years and breed for about 5 to 16 years. However, with geese raised for meat, farmers only need to raise them for 8 to 9 weeks, when they reach a weight of about 9 pounds. Typically, peak egg-laying season is in the spring, with most geese laying a clutch of 10 to 15 eggs. Geese can breed naturally or incubated artificially, with an incubation period of about 30 days. Geese like rugged and prefer to live in places with water. Raising geese requires large spaces, fenced pastures, and close to water sources. Some farms use gardens to raise geese, ensuring both shade and ventilation. Despite their thick feathers, geese have poor thermal regulation, so it is necessary to maintain a stable temperature for goslings. If the temperature fluctuates sharply between day and night, the risk of goslings dying is very high, so it is necessary to maintain the temperature between 26 to 32 degrees Celsius. Korean farmers' goose crops are always designed to balance temperature and have good ventilation. When raising geese, flock density is also an important factor. If the density is too high, the goslings will certainly not have enough oxygen to breathe. Therefore, a spacious coop and suitable density will reduce the risk of geese dying. Besides, if the flock is too large, the risk of goslings starving to death is entirely possible. Disinfection and humidity control in the goose coop are also carried out regularly. This is the best way to prevent the spread of diseases that can cause mass geese deaths. In particular, goose farms will vaccinate goslings 3 to 5 days after hatching for the most effective disease prevention. Let's take a look at the production process and why white goose meat has become the top choice in Korean cuisine. Goose meat is even more highly valued than chicken or duck. Koreans often use goose meat to prepare some traditional dishes, not only meeting domestic consumption needs. Goose products in Korea are also exported to markets such as Vietnam, Hong Kong and Singapore. In addition to meat, goose eggs are also highly valued for their nutritional value and flavor. In addition to goose meat production, these farms also earn additional income for collecting goose feathers. Goose feathers are light and soft, have good insulation properties and are very popular. The value of goose feathers can be twice as high as duck feathers. But if the quality is high, the price can increase 10 times. Goose feathers products such as blankets and coats are still sought after by many people. In the context of conflict, food production becomes especially important. Farmers must adopt and find ways to maintain production in difficult situations. Promoting food production and reserves is extremely necessary. The goose farming industry also faces many challenges such as epidemics, climate change and food quality requirements. Farmers are applying modern technology and suitable farming methods to improve efficiency and protect the environment. Despite many difficulties, Korean goose farms are still making positive changes. Innovations in agriculture will help them maintain production and provide food for the people.